Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for coming. I'm April Olson. I'm the Group Program Manager for Financial Management in Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations. This is Mike Faulkner. He is a Principal Program Manager on my team that kind of knows just a little bit about everything in finance. So today we're going to present to you what's new in financial management. It's really cold in here. We're from Fargo, so I don't even know what advice I can give you, but if you want to stand up and make this an active session, feel free. So today what we're going to cover is a little bit about what we've invested in the last year, since it has been a solid year since we've actually had this conference. Mike's going to do some demos of some stuff that's already been released. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what's come so far in 2019 in some of the monthly updates, as well as what we kind of have going forward. So one of the first things I kind of wanted to get a feel from the audience is how many of you are existing finance and operations customers? Okay, fair amount. How many of you are prospects? Okay, about split. And then how many of you are on like AX 2012 or 2009, maybe looking to move up? Okay, actually, so mostly prospects and existing customers. Great, thank you for that. So for those of you that aren't familiar, or maybe prospects, I want a little bit of information about what the teams are investing in. I always spend a little bit of time on this because they're a little bit confusing, and we get emails daily about when is functionality coming. And this is really a good way when we're not at conferences and we're not at customer sites to communicate with our external audiences about what we're investing in. And so it's called our release plan. Oh, Mike's already ahead of me. Or release notes, you might hear them referred to as. So the most confusing thing that I want to make sure everyone's aware of is when you think about April 19 release notes or the release plan, it's anything that's shipping between April and September. So anything that we are working on between now and coming September. And then like if here's October 18, October 19 will be published pretty soon. And that is kind of a living, growing, dynamic list that will be anything that we're planning on working on from October to March. So that's causes a lot of confusion because we'll get an email and says, hey, you know, this is showing that it shipped in April. And it's like, well, actually, no, it's that wave, April to September. And our team is really good about making sure we go up there and update this on a every other week, monthly basis, whether we're moving something out, pulling something in, or adding something new to the list. So I just want to quickly show you how you find out what's coming. So I'm going to click on the April 19, and then over in this table of contents, there is a Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations. And then you'll see there's this what's new and planned. And this is kind of the dynamic living list. So here's, right at the top is financial management. And it'll have the release type, because some things might come out in a public preview, whether it's available for cloud or on-prem. And then a date or a date range. So if it says May 2019, that's actually already shipped in our May update. Or we might put some ranges on here. And we do move those. Things are constantly changing, so sometimes we pull something back, sometimes we do have to bump it out. But our team is really good about adding anything really small to this list or anything really big to this list. So it's a really good resource for you to always know kind of what's in our roadmap and to kind of check back on that frequently. And the reason I call that out is because it's going to cover a lot of the stuff that we talk about today. So 2018, let's look back first, and then we'll spend some time looking forward. Last year, we had a lot of investments in finance. And you can see on the list here, I'm not going to talk about all of them, but all of these features were developed with customers hand in hand. So whether they helped us prioritize, whether they gave us feedback on what scenarios we were solving for their business, or they might have even done click-throughs, like Mike was designing something, and they might have got feedback even on the user experience of them, so that we made sure that they worked for our customers. So that is something that all the teams do, and every single thing here on this list you can see. So let me just talk about a few of them, and then we'll go into some demos. In the first column, we actually were able to do a lot of small and big features. Some were smaller usability issues. So some were thinking, some of you that are prospects, that we might see you do something on a periodic basis. And maybe it's taking a few clicks, or we're seeing you have to go to a couple different windows to maybe do what you're trying to do on a daily or weekly job. And so we made some usability improvements around some of those things so that you can see everything in maybe one screen, take a few less clicks and make it a bit more dynamic. And then we knocked off some big functionality. We actually knocked off a few of our top 10 features on ideas. So for those of you that are not familiar, we have an idea site where, let's just say you really want to go vote for something, or you want to add an idea of what you'd love to see in the software. You can go to this idea site and vote on it, or add a new entry. And derived dimensions and bank revaluation were two of our top 10 customer feedback requests that we added. So we're happy to say that we have added that functionality. So these were big wins for us and for our customers that we were able to react to. And so we'll show some of that today. We are continuing to invest always in insights and analytics. So especially of those of you that might have been on AX2012 or a previous version, analytics has been a theme for many years for us. We're always investing in those. So we actually added dual currency on the global business side last year. And so what dual currency is, because that's something we won't be showing today, is in the finance modules, so AR, AP, GL, fixed assets, now the reporting currency is a true secondary currency. Okay, so it's no longer just this reporting currency that moved from, sorry, it's cold and this sweater's falling off, that went from accounting to reporting. Now it's a true secondary currency that we store in all the subledgers as well. And of course, you can report on that in financial reporting. So that was a really big investment area that we did with a couple of customers, hand in hand, and released last year. So. And then just a bunch of other things. We're trying to make more lists that are global vendor and customer transaction lists, and just a ton of other functionality that I think it's best if we just showcase through demos. And then in the far right column, and I'll talk a little bit about this at the end, we have a list of related sessions. We had a big investment in public sector functionality. So last year we announced the acquisition of the IP rights for the Tyler Insights. And that functionality has been continuing to come in on monthly updates for the last year. And there's actually a theater session that I will show you the time for. So if you want to go see some of that great public sector functionality, you can see that demo today. So let's go ahead and move over to the 2019 plan, and then we'll go into some demos. Okay, so what do we have going forward? So how many of you are familiar with our release plan, one version, monthly updates? Okay, everyone should have heard about this by now. Okay, so what I've put out here is just some of the functionality we've added this year, starting in April, through what we have planned in September. So this will align to the release notes. And then over on the right, again, is just stuff that we know we're working on, that we will deliver. We just might not have a finalized date yet. Okay, so the first one actually belongs more in the project session that Kim is going to be demonstrating this week, is project time entry. The bank currency revaluation is something that we've added, which was a top 10 feature request. And then a couple of things. Now being a cloud service, there are things that you've called in on, and there might be small functionality that was just kind of preventing you from doing easy things like editing your bank statement date, viewing history, canceling a reconciliation. So we've added a few small things between May and then September that will really help around that bank area. In June, there was some new expense header. Again, this will be showcased in a theater and covered more in the project session. And then some work around some free text invoice templates and so on. So those are kind of the things that are currently scheduled that we already have set dates on. Moving on the plan section. Probably the most important one that I get questions on daily is the revenue recognition. So this is something that is currently going to be tested by some of our customers in the next couple of months. We're hoping to deliver that here in the October timeframe, but we want to make sure that we get some testing done by customers first. So that's kind of what phase it's in, but it's certainly coming soon. And then after that, we're going to queue up some billing schedules. It'll really help you kind of manage your business in that subscription-based type economy that we have going. We do have some work around enhanced reversal capabilities. So again, this is one of those observations where we know customers are doing reversals. We know it's taking them a lot of clicks to find out where to do the reverse. We know they want to do multiple reversals. So small enhancements where we bring that front and center and allow them to do these processes multiple at a time is something that will be coming. Automatic ledger settlements is also on the roadmap. We don't really have a date for this one. There's been a new user experience that's out there. The next step will be adding some rules so you can do some automation around doing some ledger settlements. And then the last two on the plan section, credit management. Mike's actually going to talk a bit about that today, some of the capabilities that are coming from the credit management. And then I'll talk a bit deeper on financial insights, which will be really our first kind of wave of the cash flow forecasting in AI and ML and finance. And then last on the right, again, more public sector functionality just continuing to come in throughout the year. And that's something that will be showcased in a theater session. So with that, let's go look at some of the demonstrations.
All righty. So we're going to demonstrate a couple things. There's a bunch of, I guess, small or medium changes we made throughout the vendor and customer transaction flow. So what I did is I just kind of stitched together 4 or 5 features in a flow of kind of customer transactions. So I'll show you that. I'm going to show you the bank foreign currency revaluation. And I'm going to show you something called feature management. Although we're the kind of the financial side, our team also created this feature management. It's a new concept, and I'm going to talk briefly about it here. And then at 4:10, I'm doing a theater session on the whole feature management, so you can see it there as well. So what I'm going to do with the customer transactions is first going to put on my glasses because I'm an old guy, and then I'm going to go and show you some things. So in accounts receivable, there's 2 new parameters. This came out kind of earlier this year. So you'll see a parameter over here called default filter for customer transaction list. Very simple, but in this case, our list always defaulted to everything, and everybody wanted to just have it filtered by open. So now you can pick your default. Sounds a little simple, but for a lot of people, it's a big deal. So now you can default what your transaction list looks like. The second thing that we did too is it's kind of convoluted. If you have a receivable out, you already created a receivable, but you want to change the due date. I mean, it sounds a little bit silly again, but it was kind of convoluted to go find that magic form to go do it. Now we've incorporated that in the transaction list as well. So I'll show you just a simple screen we did as part of this whole flow. And here's where you turn it on. So let's start kind of our scenario flow. And I'm going to go into the customers, and I'm going to do something pretty simple. So I'm going to show you how to get it. So if you look up here, we used to just have transactions, and that's just a list of all the customers' transactions. Now we've got global transactions, and I'm going to show you that last. But with global transactions is exactly the same form, but across every legal entity that you have access to for that customer. So if the customer is connected, I'll just talk about it now. What the heck? So what happens is you got in our global address book, we connect to customers. So if a customer is in legal entity number 1 and they're number 2 and number 3, they can all be connected and all that good stuff. So what this form does, this global transaction list, it simply puts all those connections in one place. So now you see all the transactions for that customer without having to switch legal entities. Very simple concept, but when you click on the global transactions list and want to do something up above here, it's all in context of that company now, so you don't have to keep switching back and forth. So I'll end the demo with that anyway, but I just want to tell you about it. So if I go in and look at the customer's transactions, remember I told you about this. You can see now the open is taking effect instead of the being all. So it's very simple, but again, a good override. But if I do want to change it, I can. So I'm going to change it to all because I want to show you a different scenario. So another thing that people were talking about is, when I want to look at settlements, it's kind of a little disconnected. I can see a little bit of information here and a little bit of information there, and I'd really like to see it all come together. So what we did is we brought it all together in a new feature up here called View Settlements. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this transaction. It's a $4,200 transaction. We might be researching a payment or something like that. And we don't really see any 4,200s out here, so we're kind of curious what that got settled against. Maybe you got a phone call from the customer or something like that. Now what this View Settlements form does is kind of brings the entire settlement information together. So now I can see in one place, that here's the 4 transactions are related. I can see that, well, the first 2 got matched to 0, but the third one, only $1,200 of that went against that $3,000. And then there's the 4,200 making the whole thing up. So, okay, that's good. I'm just kind of curious, what happened to what finished up that 3,000? Like, what finished it all up? We have a new concept called view related. So if there's any related settlements or even a transaction that was in the same payment journal for that customer, now you can actually show them here as well. So it's a research tool for you. So now you can actually see all the related transactions without having to leave, go into another place and come back, that kind of stuff. So now I can see that, oh, by the way, this other payment paid the $1,800 against that 3,000 as well. So that covers the scenario for you. But on top of that, just look, there's more. On top of that, you can view the accounting from right here as well. So you can actually see what the accounting was for that transaction, for that line. You can see it here. You can export it to Excel if you need it. Lots of accountants love to do that, like I do. Or you can click on all of them and view the accounting for the entire section. So if you really want to get all the accounting and all the history around a set of transactions, anything related, they're all coming together here in one screen now. So now I can export that to Excel and maybe do some research on it. And then the last thing too is if you pick a transaction, you don't have to leave this screen. You can just, it'll actually sense whether or not it's settled or not settled and pick which one. If it's settled, it'll let you unsettle it. And if it's not settled, it'll help you settle it. It takes you right to the settlement form right from here. So you don't have to keep bouncing again back and forth. It takes you right to the settlement form, and you can actually unsettle this right now if you wanted to. And then if you notice in the settlement form now, I'm sorry, this is a different form, but show marked versus show all. So it used to be if you had a settlement that was 25 lines, it was very difficult to find the marking. We've fixed that all now so that you can actually filter on the marked only, and it'll give you the marked transactions and filter it down for you. So in other words, we watched people doing stuff. It was not as simple as they wanted it. So that flow of settlements was just kind of slower. So we actually cleaned it all up and brought it together, and that's what we did for these screens that you saw. So the last little feature I wanted to show you there is, let's take an open transaction right here. And again, people want to change the due date. It sounds kind of simple, but it was hard to get to that due date. So we put it in here in a form now. So if you click on the due date, first of all, the due date shows up in the transaction list, which was something people had asked for, and we got around to doing it. So now you can see the due date in your transaction list, and now you've got all their discounts in terms of payments in there, because you're not changing the receivable, you're just changing the timing of it. So now what we've done is we've added, so if you wanted to change the timing from net 10 to net 30, you can sit there and change their terms of payment and adjust the due date. You can add a discount here if you wanted to. So if you need to change stuff, we've given you one simple place to do all that changing now, so you don't have to kind of leave and go find another screen. And so the last thing we're going to do is I want to go back and I'll show you that global transaction list again. So if I click on global transactions for this guy, and so notice here you can pick all the companies that you want. So if you only want to work on a couple companies, you can. But this is a list of the people you have security access to. It isn't just open to the world. It's for people that have security access. So now I don't have to cross companies. I've got them all right here, but I'll just keep all of them. And you can see inside in the legal entity here, you can see it changing from USP2 to USMF back and forth. And when you click on a line and you pick one of these things up here, open the document, et cetera, it's in the context of that company. So you don't have to worry about switching companies and stuff like that. So now you've got a global list of transactions from one place. So that is my little demo on the customer transaction side. So a lot of little stuff, but when you put it all together, it's a lot of time saving for everybody. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit now, and I'm going to talk about bank revaluation. So let me show you that. So on bank revaluation, this feature was created kind of in the middle between when we started feature management and when we didn't. And so when we started out with this feature, we have a parameter for every company that whether or not you want to have it. And because some companies, would rather just don't want everybody revaluing. But so if you want to turn on bank revaluation per legal entity, you do it here in the parameters. With feature management, we added a feature that says, get rid of that. I want bank revaluation across all companies automatically. So I'll show you how that works in a second. But you turn that on, and then there's a bank revaluation feature. It's patterned. It looks like the general ledger feature, but it is a subledger foreign currency revaluation. It's not a ledger level. It's a sub-ledger level. So you are revaluing the banks. It's also a global feature. So you can go to one screen and revalue all the banks across all your companies, as long as you have access to it. So if you have access to a company, you can queue it up, you can select which banks you want, and do your revaluations all in one place. So it's a real simple screen. These are the revaluations I did kind of before I came today. If I click on the foreign currency revaluation menu, it really looks a lot like the general ledger, except again, it's a bank. You pick the date that you want to revalue it on and the exchange rate date you want. And again, you can pick any or all legal entities that you have access to. So again, you can queue up all of these revaluations. And then within that, you can pick and choose which banks. You may want to do only one bank, or maybe the bank doesn't need to be revalued. You can pick and choose which banks you want. And then the last thing right here is this preview, because you can send these off to batch and let them run. Just run, don't even pay attention to them, just let them go. Or you can preview them ahead of time. Maybe you want to look at them first. Then they don't run in batch, they kind of come up and they'll show it. So I'll show you how that looks. So once I've got all that data in there, I've picked the banks, I've got that ready to go, it's going to go off and process them, and it's going to give it to me in a screen that lets me review them. So it tells me here's the dates I picked, here's the banks, and it gives me the bank amount and the new revalued amounts and the gains and losses, et cetera, for both the primary and the secondary currency. So I'll take a step back from an accounting standpoint. We are revaluing the bank currency. We're leaving it alone. So the bank's currency stays alone because you can't tell the bank you're off by a penny or two. Banks, you got your dollars. Now you want to revalue the primary and the secondary currency against that bank currency. And if it's the same, it obviously doesn't do it. But it's from the bank currency to the accounting currency, and then from the bank currency to the secondary. It's not kind of a pass-through triangulation kind of thing. It's direct translation. Once you do this, you can export it to Excel. Maybe look at it first if you want. Make sure the numbers look right to you. You can go ahead and post it, or you can just say, you know what, that's great, but I'm not interested right now, and I'm not going to do it. You get to see the voucher. So if you want to see what the voucher looked like when you processed it, it's just the voucher form that we normally have. Gives you the adjustments, the debits and credits. And the last thing is the reversing. So you can reverse your revaluations. So notice that this one does not let you reverse it. You have to kind of reverse them in the reverse order that you did them. So you have to reverse the newest one first, and then you can keep going back, but you got to kind of do that one first. We're not going to let you reverse something kind of in the middle of your revaluations. And so the point of it is you've got a lot of flexibility on how you do it. It's a global feature, and it's off the list of ideas and into your hands now. So the last one I want to show you is, I'm going to show you feature management. Now that doesn't sound like a very accounting thing to do, but it kind of fits into this whole world here of what's going on. Let me get back here. I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you've seen this, the little pop-ups come up. I hope you like them. If you don't, let us know. If you don't like them, they're still there until you tell us. So, okay, so come back to the beginning. Sorry. So you'll see down here this little workspace called Feature Management. It kind of says, hey, take a look. So feature management is a new concept. So you guys have been watching, hear Mohammed talk about one version and that kind of stuff. The concept of one version is that we're not going to change your life. We're going to upgrade you every month or 8 times a year, I think it is now, and we're going to upgrade you, but we're not going to break you, and we're not going to change your experience. We're going to let you opt into your experience. So what feature management is a place where you opt in. You come in there and say, I want that one and that one, I don't want that one, I want this one, or I want this one to happen maybe a month from now because I haven't trained anybody yet. I really want you to wait. And so feature management's this new feature that came out in 10.03. It's actually a platform feature, but 10.03, so it's just coming out for a lot of you. What this allows us to do is turn things on and off, or let you turn things on and off. And so when it comes up, you'll see this Learn More, and you can actually come in here and you can see all about it. It tells you all about what's going on there. And then once you go in there, there's a workspace, and it's security related. So there'll be a feature manager and a feature viewer. So not everybody sees the features. You have 2 people that control them. And you see there's a nice magical list here of all the features that came in. So remember I told you about the bank revaluation. You have to do it for every legal entity. So what we created was a feature called Enable Bank Revaluations Globally without a parameter. So now I can go down here and I can say enable this. If I go back over here to your parameters, that parameter is gone now, and it's enabled across all the companies. And so I just enabled a feature. So you guys will have the ability to enable features, turn them off and on based on your schedule. So you'll see this right here. This lock is a feature that we made mandatory. You had to have it. Turns out it's this feature, so it's kind of like Inception. You can't have a feature doing a feature, anyway, get all confused. So we forced this one on you because you have to have a feature. But then you have checkbox means it's enabled, and then this little clock, that's a scheduled feature. So I scheduled this feature to go on July 1st because I want to train my employees. I want to make sure they're happy with the feature. I'm going to put it on our sandboxes, let them log in and play with it and have a good time. And then once they're all trained, we're going to turn it on for the whole company in production, that kind of stuff. So over here, it tells you all about what's going on. It says this feature displays a success message. This feature was enabled on this date, and that kind of stuff. If you want to schedule something, you just push the schedule button, and you can pick a scheduled date. So then it will turn on automatically on that day. So watch for this when it's coming out. Like if you haven't picked up I think 1003 is just coming out right now. If you haven't picked it out, it's coming. You'll see this list. You'll be able to pick and choose your own features. You're in control of this list. And at the 410 session in the Theater 2, I'll talk about what's coming after this, what's going to be new in this. There's a whole bunch of new features coming out, that kind of stuff. But this is what we're going to control, not just accounting, but every feature in Dynamics will be controlled through this feature management. Okay, so now we're going to switch back, and we'll take questions at the end, Q&A, so if you got any kind of questions like what's he talking about. Okay, credit management. And I'm going to talk about this because I don't have anything to show you. Well, I do have something I could show you, but I'm not going to because it's not ready yet. It's like showing you, I'm working on this car. It really kind of looks good, but just imagine, and I'm not going to do that today. But so credit management, we bought the IP rights from the Sable 37 product for credit management. And I know it's a little notorious. Everybody's been waiting and waiting and waiting. We have a team of a lot of people all of a sudden. We had some resource issues, so it was a little bit delayed. But now we're working full tilt on it. It's a very cool feature. So what it is about is a couple different things. Think about credit limits. The way you do them today is you type in a credit limit and you're done. That's your process. Everything else is kind of manual. You've got some spreadsheets. You're kind of looking at a customer. You get some D&B stuff, whatever. And you make some decisions. You pass them around send some emails around, and you change the credit limit. And that's all you really got. What credit management does is you can create credit limits now kind of in this journal. And you go into this journal and you say, it shows you the old credit limit, and you add the new credit limit, and you can workflow that around to the appropriate people. They can approve different credit limits, and you post it. It's like a posting process. It's a more organized process where you can review and workflow and then post them. And then they post credit limits into your system. So you've got an audit trail, and you can actually keep track of the credit limits. You can do full replacement or temporary ones. I got a credit limit for 3 months that's bigger because I'm having a sale and I want everybody to spend a lot of money. So I'm going to make temporary ones. And you can do that. But you can there's also a third thing you can do is something called risk scores, scoring groups and stuff and it's a bunch of things there. But the idea is that you can define what risk is in your company, how risky your customers are. You can make up a scoring system, and that scoring system will look at various things like their Dun & Bradstreet score. You've saved that. Maybe what country they're in, because you really only do business in the US and Canada, but it's somebody from Germany, and you really want to sell to them, but it might be a little more risky. Anyway, just things like that. You can set up these scores that define what risk is to you. And you can have the system automatically change the credit limits based on that risk. So if somebody's D&B score drops 3 or 4 categories, because they switch from a low risk group to a medium risk group, when you run the process, all of a sudden their credit limit will change just because their risk is too high. So you can do a lot of automated stuff as well. So you can manually process them, you can automatically calculate them. So there's a lot of really cool kind of things going on in this credit management thing. You can also have what's called linked customers. And so you have a group of customers, maybe it's the same customer across the region. There's 3, you have 3 accounts. You can merge them all together into linked customer, and you can say that group of folks have this credit limit. And if they're still under that credit limit, then we'll look at their individual credit limit, and then we'll do that. So it's kind of a multi-level processing of credit limits. And then even if they mess up on their credit limit, you can give them a couple grace days. And so it gives you a chance to call them up and kind of warn them a little bit and say, hey, dude, you're overdue, and not make them mad. So there's a lot going on just in the credit limit side of this. So now that you've got them set up, you really got to use them, right? Because if they don't stop anything, it doesn't do any good. So now there's the hold concept. I'm going to hold your order. And so you set up what's called, they're called blocking rules. So you can say, if this customer is a high-risk customer, always block them. If this customer is overdue, block them. If this customer has cash terms, block them. So you can pick, there's 5 or 6 categories of blocking that you can do, that you can say, based on this attribute of the customer, I want you to block their sales order. And it blocks it, and then it puts it in a queue that you can work the queue. You can also say there's don't block. So don't block any customer that has an invoice that's less than $100. That's just a waste of time. Okay, so those will get executed first, and then you'll check the blocking rules. So you've got blocking and not blocking rules. And then once it goes into this queue, it's a global queue that you have your customer credit people looking at, and they go through the queue, and they can sit there and they can release the order, they can reject it, they can do whatever, and they can either release it and turn it back over to the salesperson, or they can release it and actually post it for you. So you've got control of the process of how credit's going to work. So now it's in a queue, you process it and say, oh, I'm going to let that one go and I'm going to let it through. Maybe I'm going to override this one because we like them a lot, that kind of stuff. And so then it processes the orders, and you can hold and release orders. And then the last thing, which is kind of not related to credit management per se, but we got it anyway, is claims processing. And just briefly said, you get a cash receipt, it's short $10 or $20 or whatever. You can create a claim against that payment, process it through a queue, and then approve it or reject it, like a rebate or something like that. So that is the very quick and short version of credit management. We are working diligently on it. We want to get it out this year. So I know you guys have been patient, and I appreciate your waiting. We got a boatload of people working on it right now, so we're hoping we're going to get it done as soon as possible. So that's credit management. I think we're back to April. See, she talks about intelligence. I think that's a slam, I think, but anyway.
No, so as you can see, we did a lot of investments in 2018. We have a lot coming still in 2019, and more that we're adding daily, and we wanted to make sure we just took the time today to talk about some of the bigger ones coming. So you might be asking, where's revenue rec and all the investments in public sector? We actually have an entire session dedicated to revenue recognition this week. I have the session on a slide at the end because there is enough content there to fill up a whole hour, so that's why we're not showing it today. I'll give you the session number and time right here when we're done. Same with the public sector. There's an entire theater session on that as well that I'll show you. So that's why you didn't see those demonstrated here today. There's certainly enough work there to warrant their own session. And then again, I just want to reiterate the feature management. Everything we've been trying to show you on the release notes about what's coming, it's really awesome that you can now go in the product and just see it, and you can take control. I can't iterate that enough. When we did the research and Mike was working on it, we had the people, they wanted to be at the tip. They're embracing the cloud, they're embracing SaaS, give us everything new. And then some, their change management is hard. We need to make sure we roll this out with the right training and the right control within our organization. And there's so much goodness there in letting people manage that in the one version world. So I just wanted to reiterate that. So let's move on and talk about kind of our, I think the last big thing here is intelligence. If you haven't heard about modern finance, digital transformation, that would be pretty quite shocking. I mean, that's kind of where we're at today. And so what is our team doing, especially in finance, for this? And as you can see, according to Deloitte, we do have 82% of organizations that will be investing in AI by 2020. So what are we going to do? So our vision is going to be really building out around cash flow. So we've been spending a lot of time with customers on this, and what scenarios, what's keeping you up at night? Where can we add intelligence to make sure that your cash flow is something that's very predictable and automated? So if you think about today, we have all these different aspects in finance and operations: customer invoices, purchase orders, vendor invoices. We've got cash coming in, we've got cash going out. And some of the issues today are, it's manual, it's time intensive to figure this out. We are making assumptions about it. Those assumptions are very often inaccurate. And it's a pretty critical part of your organization. It's what a CFO cares about, right? What is my cash flow situation? So what are we going to do? Obviously, we're going to use data, we're going to use history, we're going to use intelligence to make this a very automated, analytical, factual, predictable, and accurate cash flow forecast. So this is something the team is heavily working on right now. We're working across Microsoft with the best data scientists. We're working across the Power Platform for this. And we're hoping we've been talking about it for a couple years. It's really coming to fruition, and we're hoping to do a preview here this year, a public preview. So we're working really closely with a few customers to do this, and so we're pretty excited. Of course, we're going to take it in iterations. So the first kind of area we're going to focus on is when will my customers pay, and making that a really predictable experience, so that we kind of figure out that cash in scenario first. Of course, then we're going to figure out the cash outflow part, and then really just build up this entire cash flow forecasting scenario. So the problem statement that we've been going to customers with, I have listed here. And what our goals are for this project are really to utilize machine learning to predict when a customer will pay, and then also provide what-if analysis so that we can help you improve those predictions as well. So kind of some different simulations there. And then we've started the design process. We're really working closely with the user experience team, getting consistent iterative feedback from our customers, and so we just have a few ideas of what this might look like here on the screen. So then what's next after that? Hopefully you can kind of see here. I'm going to look a little closer. I can't really see that well either. But over on the right, what you'll see there is on a particular invoice, the prediction of, there's a 57% chance they might change on time. You can see the actual indicator on that column, the probability indicator. Maybe a 25% that it'll be within a specific bucket. We want to make sure those buckets are something that you can define. And this is just some of the stuff that we have coming. So we're really excited about it. It's going to utilize what we have today in F&O. There'll eventually be things you can bring in external data, extend it, because you all have your own scenarios, and we want to make sure that extension capabilities are there too. So definitely be keeping a look on this, or keeping an eye on this, because it's coming out. It's going to be pretty exciting. As well, on top of this, which we don't really have a slide on yet, is we're also looking at what kind of processes can we automate. We have some intelligence with the credit management. We want to make sure any processes that can be automated, we're taking advantage of some of the RPA that's out there. So I think there's even more coming that we're kind of teasing and playing around with that will get published once we kind of make it official. But we're very, very seriously invested. This will be a big investment area for us in the next few years. So if that's something that you're really passionate about, we're always looking for great scenarios and customers to give us feedback. So that's something I can definitely pitch. Please give us your business card, because this will definitely be a game changer. So before we get on to Q&A, we will have plenty of time for Q&A. The related sessions. And I think I missed probably the project one. For those using project, there's also a whole project section on here. The user experience. I highly encourage you to attend this session. This is going to talk about some great changes in the client that impacts all your screens. So if you think about some of those list pages Mike was showing today, and some of those filters for like the default for the customer list, there's a ton of changes that your end users in finance will be experiencing that are going to really change the way F&O works. And it's pretty phenomenal, so I highly encourage you to attend that session. As Mike called out, we do have an entire theater session where he's going to go even deeper into the feature management. It's really important, not only talking about what's been released today, but also what's coming, that will really give you that control of how you want to manage your business with all the new monthly updates. We also have a theater session on the public sector enhancements. That's at 5:40 today. So if you wanted to see kind of, again, what's been released and what's coming specifically in those, in that IP acquisition, you can see that. We have the presenter, can't talk, right up here in front, so please check that out. And then revenue recognition. Probably the top email I get daily is, when is revenue recognition coming out? Christy on my team is actually going to do an entire deep dive on revenue recognition. It is tomorrow at 1 p.m. I highly encourage you to go to this session. One above it. Yep. I highly encourage you to attend that session. There's a lot of functionality there, how it's going to impact you as far as the release. So that will be tomorrow. Oh, and Thursday, yes. I clearly can't type. Thursday, no one will be here, but, and then the time mobile and expense experience Tuesday, I believe, is when I.
I was wrong.
Tuesday for I will get that fixed. But these are a lot of complimentary sessions that we just didn't have time to show in here, but because there was focus on them, that I'd encourage you to check out. So you can really see all the usability improvements, all the new functionality that is really just kind of making a big difference in our end users' experiences. So with that, we wanted to make sure we left plenty of time for Q&A because we just had so much functionality coming in the last year that we didn't have time to show it. So Mike and I will both be available. We do have microphones so that the recording picks up the questions and the answers, so I can help run those around. And then I guess we have to tell you to evaluate the session.
We're going to borrow Kim
all right.
on mic number 3.
For those of you who don't know Kim, in the session that I forgot up here, project expert.
Alan, let's have Alan stand up.
Alan's up here.
He's public sector.
9:30 tomorrow morning.
9:30, okay. Sorry I missed that one.
Alan's public sector, so if you guys have more questions on those too. So.
Yeah, we've kind of split up talking about project and finance, but they're so overlapping, so make sure you attend Kim's session too.
Can I go?
All right, Rachel.
Are there plans to extend the global journal functionality into the fixed assets module and make some of the cross-company features available there?
Okay, so hopefully everyone heard that question. So making things more global, as we saw with the lists and even the journals, is always something that we're kind of trying to work towards. It's not happening in the next 6 months just because we have some big investments going on that's taking a lot of our resources to deliver on the AI and the ML and some of the credit stuff, but it's something that we know is top of mind, and we're trying to iteratively add that functionality to make things more global. So, yes.
Reversing tax payments is currently something difficult and painful.
Did you say tax?
Tax payments and tax settlements. Will you work on that maybe in the next months or so?
Great question. So I probably forgot Sergey's session up there too. So the tax is actually, we have a whole team that focuses on the tax payments. It's actually unfortunately not our team. I think Mikhail and Sergey have a session. I'm not sure, but they would be the ones to ask, so we can follow up with you since we have your contact information. Yes, you guys.
Hi. Great functionality on the credit management. So there are kind of 3 different questions on the same area. First one on credit. Are you going to have global credit limit across the companies, or it's just linking customers within the same legal entity?
Okay, so the credit limit is per company unless you link the customers. And then the linked customers, they share the same global address book entry? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if a customer is linked across multiple legal entities through the global address book, then you can have a linked customer, you can have those, no, I'm sorry. If you have a linked customer across global address books, it's easier to set up, but you can also have disparate customers across other legal entities. So it can be any customer in any legal entity, as long as you link them together in a linked customer,
Awesome.
they all come together.
Awesome. So it's across the legal entity.
Across legal entities, yes.
So balances can be anywhere in other legal entities.
Yeah, it's a credit limit across all the
Awesome.
legal entities. Yep.
Awesome.
So it checks the linked credit limit first, the big one, If it passes that, then it goes down and checks their legal entity credit limit.
Awesome.
Okay, so they have to pass 2 tests.
Awesome. So the second question, I saw some temporary credit limit as well.
Yep.
Are you looking at like some pre-lien scenarios and those kind of things as well? Like customer has some kind of pre-lien on the file, mostly in construction industry, where contractor is doing a job at some other location and the property owner does the pre-lien on the site, so then you give the additional credit limits and kind of track against those credits.
Well, it's a generic scenario. The temporary credit limit is pretty generic. You pick a customer, you give them a temporary credit limit, or a linked customer. You give them a temporary credit limit for a period of time. Sometimes it could be less. I mean, for some reason, but you give them a temporary credit limit for 3 months, and then after 3 months, it automatically expires. So it's just a generic temporary credit.
So we'll catch up more on that one.
Yep.
There are more. The last one is, there was mention about customer going on hold automatically.
Yes, customer hold.
Is NSF one of those features? Like if
NSF is not one of those features. But it's overdue. It's see, there's 5 of them. I'll have to go through it's a certain term of payment. Do they have amounts overdue? Do they? I'd have to get the 5 of them for you. But there's 5 different ones.
NSF is also one of the things
No,
we see
NSF
often.
is not one. Well, see, there's an account status you can set,
Right.
and if there's people, bouncing checks, for example, you can put them on hold.
But not automatically.
No, it does not. NSF is not an automatic scenario right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay.
Question on global AR transactions.
Yep.
Is it the same kind of linking as for credit limit that you mentioned, or it's kind of shared table? Also, what the mechanism
For global transactions?
Yes.
It's this one. That one's the global address book. So if the customer has, if the customer exists in legal entity number 1 and number 2 and number 3, and has the same global address entry, global address link, then it brings them all together into that transaction list.
Okay, thank you. And question also on putting on hold.
Yeah.
So are you thinking of capability not to put on hold payments and, let's say, charges for interest and penalty and other? So something that will increase actually balance, but we want to be allowed to do so, even if normal invoices are put on hold.
See if I can quite understand that. So we already have interest capability where you can generate interest, and that adds to their balance. And so they would just be on hold for the fact that the interest has been added to their balance and it puts them over their limit. It would stop them at that point. Oh, yeah.
Then you process interest,
Yeah.
you would get an error message because the customer.
Oh, I was saying, so you want to be able to process interest after they're on hold? Yeah, no, I thought we could do that, but I'll have to look into that. I didn't think that was an issue, but okay, something I need to look into.
My question is about dual currency. Do you think to make some extension for dual currency for the inventory cost?
Great question. With dual currency, we kind of did phase 1, which was all the finance modules, or GLA, RAP, fixed assets, and so on, bank. Inventory was the next kind of priority. I believe that is something that they are thinking about doing or starting work on. Manoj is the kind of group manager of that area, and he would have the update on if they're doing on the inventory. So.
Okay, the other question is about financial dimension in master record, for instance, customer, vendor, and release product. Are you thinking to make the life easier in that scenario, for instance, when you have dependency between financial dimension or there are a financial dimension that must not be defined at the customer, at the vendor, that kind of functionality?
So we added some functionality around dimensions. So maybe let me tell you what that is if you're not familiar, and then you can clarify if we've added that. So there's 2 areas, and Mike can talk about it too if you want.
Yeah,
He did the functionality. Yeah. You want me to answer, or do you want to?
Well, I can say it. So,
Okay.
So we added functionality where you can, well, we actually had an issue where when you created a customer, it wasn't automatically putting so we added that feature. Okay, so now when you create a customer, it puts the customer dimension, it fills it in for you, and it follows it around based on the defaulting rules. it moves it all around there. So we already have that. So maybe you can ask your question again.
Well, and then we added the derived dimension.
And we had derived dimensions on top of it. So you can derive a dimension based on another dimension.
So like you have cost center and you want maybe two other to always follow, that functionality has been added to. So what specifically? Mm-hmm. So you want to define the order. Does this dimension come from the product or does it come from the customer? Got it. So kind of the defaulting. Okay, yep. So the question is if you have you need like a specific dimension and you want to pick, does it default from the product? So pick your defaulting order. That is kind of a long-term feature request. We've added the first kind of phase of that. It's something that's top mind. It's not coming in right now in the next 6 months, but something that we're kind of tracking now that we've kind of enhanced it a little bit already. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh.
You're talking about if you have three companies and they all have the same customer, you can pull them in.
Yep.
In our industry, our customers are also our vendors.
Okay.
And they share the same global address.
Yes.
And is it possible in that scenario to pull the payables and the...
Oh, to net the receivables against the payables?
Yeah, because what happens sometimes, they'll call us up and say, well, you owe us $500,000. So then we go on accounts payable, well, you owe us $800,000.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I don't know if that has the capability or not.
So the customers and the vendors can share the same global addresses. That's already there. We don't have a specific netting product. However, we have a new feature called settle remainder. And so what that allows you to do is if you know how much you want to move over to the other customer, you can go in and settle like the 500,000 and then take the 300,000 and apply it against a different customer. I don't think you can apply it against the vendor though. You can't apply.
I don't think you
can. Oh, you can. I think you can apply it to the vendor that way. I'll have to show it to you, but it's called settle remainder. It's a new feature.
Okay.
And it allows you to take what's left of your payment and send it somewhere else to another customer or vendor.
Okay.
But it's not like auto netting where you actually run it and it calculates it for. We don't have that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's been in our plans for a long time actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, right
Okay.
here. And
She's
then,
got something over here too.
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, I had a question about, you demoed us the open transactions.
Oh, there you go. Sorry.
Here I am. So you demoed us from the open transactions from the customer screen,
Yeah.
where we saw all, you hit all and we will see all the transactions.
Yep.
And then there was a feature I saw where you could settle from there. Can I
Yes.
do a partial settlement from there?
Oh, it's just your regular settlement form. You can do
Perfect.
whatever you want from there.
Okay, and is there a workflow setup if I want to set up a workflow?
Not for settlement. No, there's no workflow for settlement at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I want to add that, I'm going to go and add it to the suggestion thing.
Yeah, please.
Yep, on
Please,
idea.
yeah.
Okay.
We,
Yep.
Okay.
we do look at that and we pay attention. I know you guys wonder sometimes, but
I know, the
we do.
workflows are important.
we do.
Yeah, we do this every week. It's like, have you guys looked at the ideas? Yes, we have. We got it,
I also wanted to ask, so this was cool when we saw it from the customer screen. Right now I'm living a very painful from the payment proposal screen. Right now I only see open transactions. Is there an option where I can see all? Where I do want to see closed invoices. For instance, if you have a double payment towards an invoice,
Yep.
right?
So this works in customer and vendor, but that's not the payment proposal. That's just
Yeah,
but it works in customer and vendor for the transaction list itself, but not in we didn't change anything in the payment proposal for that.
Do you think that's something a customization or it's just not, the feature's just not there?
Well, the feature's not there yet, but
Okay.
it's a great idea. So,
Got it.
but we did
Okay.
put that in we put it in both customer and vendor.
Got it.
Okay.
Just one more question. We talked about the credit limit.
Yep.
If we set up a credit limit on a customer, and I'm thinking from a payment approval, and I get a batch, and if I set a credit limit, and then I don't want the batch to go through any approval process, is there a
You mean
setup?
payments? You mean,
Yeah,
it
the
does-
batch posting or,
It doesn't check credit on payment because that's really lowering your credit limit because you're paying off. You want to accept every payment. So it only checks it at the time of sales order, actually. That's where it's checking. Maybe I don't understand the question really good.
Got it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Do you have a question?
Yes, going back to the dimensions. What are we doing for intercompany dimensions where we have to keep the dimension that was created in company A on the transaction being passed over to company B?
Yep.
We're not getting, we have to be customizing for that. And that's the first part of that question. The second is that we are talking about finance here, but we still have the same problem with projects, especially. But someone already brought it up about specifying where dimension originates, especially when there's project versus customer versus et cetera. That's the first one. And then, the second question is about the feature management. Is it only standard features that we can control that way? Or is there a feature keys we can assign to custom features that then can allow us to turn those on and off?
Let me answer that one, it'll be quick. Feature management right now is, it's all the features that we release. But because there's a key function inside of there that's being rewritten right now, and we don't want to release it into the wild, as soon as they finish that, which I'm hoping is in the next month or two, then we're going to allow ISVs and customers to make their own features so that you internally in your company can release a feature that's controlled by you. But we're not quite, we got about a month or two left on that.
Yeah. On the dimensions one, yeah, that's probably right up there in our top 15.
Don't have a good answer for you. That
Don't have a time frame, but yep, we're definitely tracking it. We know that there's some intercompany functionality that is definitely people are asking for.
Where's the microphone?
Yeah, so I'm curious about the process claims bullet point that was up there.
I didn't talk about it very much, but
yeah, so it's very common in our industry where it's supposed to be a tax-free project, but we don't have the tax certificate, and it's time to invoice, and they'll send it in, and then it'll be short paid by the tax.
Right.
And I would love to have a workflow where we could push it back to the sales team to go, you didn't get your tax certificate in, you need to do this, it's not on accounting, to try to...
Yeah, so the claims functionality is, we already have the deduction workbench out there for rebates. It's a little lighter than that, but it kind of came with the IP. And what the claims, it's very simple. You're in making a payment, you're $10 short, or you're $10 long, you're $10 short, you got 100, you only got 90 in payment, there's a $10 left. What you can do is create a claim, and that claim gets put into a queue, almost like a credit queue, but it's a claims queue. And you go in that queue, and then you can go do your research. It stays there, and it temporarily clears your accounts receivable, but then you have this claim there, and you can take that claim and you can accept it, which then finishes the whole accounts receivable thing up, or you can reject it, which then throws it back onto your accounts receivable. So now the guy still owes you $10. But it's a list, it's like you're working a list like you would in collections or credit limit management. So it's a very simple feature, but it's real slick, and then when you're all done with it, it'll either reverse you can do it so it actually accrues it, or you can just have it so it actually just leaves things alone and you can work it. So you kind of do it either way. Some people like to clear their receivables to zero, so they're not holding up their customer, but they got this claim, they work the claim, and then they accept it, there's no problem. If they reject it, it puts it back on the receivable. You can do it that way, or you can just say, leave the receivable short 10, but I'll work the claim. So you can do it either way. Okay, yeah, that'll come out at the same time. Who's next? Oh, there you go.
We got a couple more minutes for questions.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, with respect to the 1099s, I know you didn't have a chance to talk about that, but we're having trouble with the 1096 related to the 1099 and also Part B. Does that have anything to do with this new feature?
Which feature? I'm sorry.
Oh, we thought there was something on the 1099 that was going to be included in the next release. No.
I mean, we do the updates.
We just update. We
updates for the
We update 1099s every year.
Yep.
Oh, but
There is a public sector feature that's coming out to do 1099s by main account.
Oh.
So when you charge,
Okay.
using a main account on an expenditure, to a vendor, you can then accumulate those costs by those different main accounts.
Okay. I'll ask my question now.
Okay.
Great. Maybe two more questions?
She's got a. What?
Oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next 3 are queued up, and that'll probably take us to the end of the session.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead first, and we'll do you.
Yeah, about financial dimension. When you set up a new worker, you can define a financial dimension to be linked with a worker from the human resource module. And then a new worker created for one entity is generated as a value of a financial dimension and spans across all the entities, even if it's relevant only for one entity. When you spoke about improving financial dimension, was this matter addressed?
So the defaulting will happen on any of the dimensions that are the out-of-box list of entity-backed dimensions. So if workers in there, then that would be available, but I don't.
Each document
but
has
in
its
the
own
F&O only.
Yeah, today we have to turn it off in any time in any other companies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this would just be in.
So I heard it's not.
No, we don't have any new surprises for you. Okay.
No. Okay, then, and then up here it would be the last question.
So in the demo, you showed how to do a settlement reversal if we didn't want to. Does that apply to in the payment proposals too? When we posted something and we want to reverse it, is there a simple click, or do we have to go line by line?
Yeah, no, none of this has to do with payment proposal. This is just in the transactions form, and then you're bringing up that settlement form. You get to the settlement screen easier. It's the same settlement screen. It's the same one.
So I have one more question.
Okay.
I know the interest and discounts, the way that's working right now is we have the percentage and it calculates. Is there a way where we don't want the percentage, we still want the functionality, but we don't want any percentage to be calculated, but we want the dynamic fields in there?
Well, if you take the discount, cash discount off completely, it won't calculate a discount.
We have to switch it off?
Yeah, if you don't want discounts to be calculated, you have to actually get rid of the discount code.
But then will the fields be dynamic when we are in the proposal?
If you're in that screen, it is. It goes through and it adjusts everything. If you get rid of the cash discount stuff, it gets rid of it.
Even when we don't choose the percentages?
Maybe you want to stop afterwards. I'll talk to you about it. Okay.
All right, last question.
Question on financial tool known as Management Reporter.
Yep.
Capability to import from Excel currently is deprecated. So could you provide like a couple words on best practices, how to like workarounds on that, what we can do for consolidations and...
Yeah, great question. Yeah, you're right. With the financial reporting option in finance, we don't have the ability to bring in through Excel anymore. I think your couple options could be to bring them in through like a Consolidate Online company or just into a GL company, somehow import them in and then we could report on them. So.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. We ran out of time. Everybody's gone, but hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.